begins very shortly. Our four featured runners, of course, there's going to be other runners not in the feature four who are partaking in tonight's race as well. And we are starting at the end, World 7. Well, no cigar, Diesel.
Oh, well, I'm always maybe just a little bit off, but that's all right. We do have Zero Wing in chat who is still alive saying reverse world order. We also have a pipe check right off the bat, but it looks like everybody that's taken that pipe check has decided, nah, they're going to go back and play World 6, 7.
No, that is not 6-7.
Nope, that is
6-2.
6-2, yep. That's right. Wrong, the auto-scrolled auto-scroller.
Yeah, absolutely. Speaking of auto scrollers, for the most part, our auto scrollers have been turned off for these randomizer races. We have 3 exceptions as we see 4F1 as the first fortress of the game. The auto scrollers that are not turned off are 5-9, the Coin Heavens, and a beta stage that we affectionately call Atlantis.
Indeed, Atlantis is kind of a fun stage to play if you're just being a casual gamer, but if you're in a race, you don't want to be in that one. It's about a minute-long auto-scroller that you really can't get away from.
And it's very nasty as well in terms of enemy placement, the electrified jellyfish and whatnot. Yeah, not a pleasant stage at all. And all 4 runners are at 4F1, but it looks like it is Macobra the first one to take Boom Boom down. S Diesel be right behind.
Absolutely. It did look like it broke the lock on the southern island. So that may come into play because I believe that does open up a pipe.
Next up, we are staying with World 6. This time it's 6-8, the lone Greenland zone of World 6.
This time of 6-8 features the Angry Sun. He'll be coming down in just a minute to try to heat up our Iceland stage, the last little bit it needs to turn it green. And here he comes down. Macobra is doing a little nice parry and dodge, gets out of there. We'll have Raikou Rider on the bottom and S Diesel and DLP probably doing some similar maneuvers. They don't want to get burned, and they also don't want to get any more lag than they have to with too many sprites on the screen.
Well, looks like it's eeny, meeny, miny, mo, but Cobra gonna have to play a game of let's make a deal with the pipes. He's looking for the pipe that's gonna take him to the promised land, not the pipe that is the zonk, the pipe with a view. Then he has found the promised land, but we have to build a bridge.
So with having to build a bridge, that means it has to be built by completing one of the fortresses, and I believe there is one other fortress. I thought I saw it on the Overworld map, on somebody's map. But
Wait a minute. No.
Wait, no. Oh, it is built. No, we just have to get past the Piranha stages. That's a 7-10 stage.
Yeah, I wonder why. I'm guessing Macobra wanted to skip panel 7, thinking it might be something nasty. See, I was questioning why Macobra was doing that play, as we have 3-4 on the screen, which is definitely a fine stage to play, but I'm a little, I get why he wanted to do that. He was hoping he'd find a shortcut, maybe gain an edge on his competitors. The play just didn't work out for him.
Well, it's overworld routing, especially in World 7 and World 8, are always a tricky subject, and sometimes they will confound our runners.
Absolutely, and of course there was just the one fort as indicated by the panel 10 that you saw on the left. There's normally not a 10th panel in World 7. Therefore, we are going to see an extra fort somewhere else.
And our runners got a star with the Piranha stage.
S Diesel and Raikou Rider neck and neck here, and this is the World 2 airship. But even though this is the World 2 airship, we still have to take down Ludwig von Koopa, and they're going to have no power-ups to help them because we had a star. However, Raikou, runs into the lunar jump of Raikou Rider, and 2 hits is not enough. 3 hits is enough.
3 does it. And also, that means that Ludwig Koopa did not carry the earthquake property. So that means somebody else has it. 2 of the Koopa kids will generate earthquakes when they jump on the ground. Ludwig didn't do it, so that means it could be somebody else. We could have an earthquake or Windy.
And also keep in mind, Lemmy could also be designated as an earthquake Koopa. And of course, he's on that circus ball the entire time. So if that's the case, that's a welcome sight for our runners, as we are very close between Raikou, Diesel, and because it's a letter from the Bowser, the king of the Koopas, we do not know what item we get. Normally in the vanilla game, you don't get an item from the Bowser letter, but in the randomizer, you do get an item. But in order to find out what it is, you actually have to check your inventories. We now have 4-3 on Macobra and S Diesel side, but on Raiko's side, it is the Air Force.
The Air Force is designated as a fortress stage since it does finish with a boom boom fight. And we have nice, some nice platforming here by Riku Rider, and DLP is going to be joining him with that, getting some nice bounces off of the Rocky Wrenches in order to extend his jump length.
A couple things I want to point out. We have a divergence of paths. DLP and Raikou Rider opting to take the Air Force, while S Diesel and Macobra might be hitting that Gambling-Matic 9000, hoping and banking that fortress is not required. And if it is not required, they're going to gain an edge on both DLP and Raikou Rider. By the way, our hope of a reverse order seed so far still in play.
Zero Wings got it right there. He may be the winner chicken dinner with this one. And S Diesel having a little bear of a time. Managed to beat the Hammer Brothers, even though he's small Mario in that flooded arena. But oh, that was weird. Oh, he just had a really long Hammer Brother.
All right, looks like this is 5-4 where S Diesel is. Macobra just completed that same 5-4. Spinning logs. And next up we have 1-6. Macobra gonna have to watch out for those fire snakes.
Those fire snakes of World 6, that is a nasty enemy set to get in this because they're all over the place. They make those wild jumps, and they also force you to not be able to take the super jump that you can make with P speed off of that ledge, that nice long route. You have to take the bolt lift ride. Otherwise, you'll end up going down like that one Koopa did and end up taking a long drop to the 100 coin fine.
You know, Wed Wizard made a very good point in chat, and I certainly didn't see this, but hitting that Gambling-Matic 9000, we saw 2 panel 10s, and normally World 6 has 3 fortresses, so that means we are down at least 1 fortress here in this particular World 6. There's the second fortress.
We're actually on our way probably to having a 3-fort World 1, which has happened as well.
Or 3-fort World 2 as well.
Taking a look at our maps as we move along through World 6. Wasn't able to get too many clues about what might be going on down there beyond what we have, but we do have that one fort, and it looks like Macobra is, he's going to have to play the fort. He doesn't have a hammer to break that rock.
Indeed, no hammers to break that boulder, so Macobra is playing the Super Tanks level, but having some issues here. You're going to have to get through Boom Boom unscathed, or he's going to have to play it over.
So Boom Boom, and this is a flying Boom Boom, but that
a mistake there, and he got away with it. That was a close call there, Diesel.
Nice move there, Macobra, and that just goes to show the skill and the practice that these runners have, knowing what the pattern was going to be. Even though he realized he made just that one little mistake, he was able to make up for it and come out on top.
S Diesel, unfortunately, not as lucky. Took a death at the Super Tanks level, and he's having some problems of his own right here, so gonna have to be a little bit careful to wrap up the back half of the Super Tanks. Now let's see how he does. Simultaneous Boom Boom fights for Raikou and S Diesel. One more for S Diesel, got him, and Raikou Rider.
We also saw Macobra just finish up our 1-5 beta stage, which is one of our other beta stages. Although it is a randomized stage, the enemy set is always the same. We see Raikou Rider and S Diesel coming into it as well. Always features that Buzzy Beetle set of enemies, which means that if once you practice it, you do pretty well.
Cobra getting the drop on Lakitu there. That was a really, really good 5-8 there.
Oh, outstanding. Well, I do love the P-Speed strats in 5-8 to take out Lakitu, the one where you go up on the top and you turn back around and...
The was required, so Macobra gonna have to go back. That's a tough break. S Diesel's going to have to do the same thing. So DLP and Ryko Rider's instinct of playing the Air Force stage is going to pay off for them.
I think it's probably always best if you do see a fortress at the beginning in a race to go back and try to play it. Oh, nicely done, DLP, getting the stomp on Lakitu in 5-8 as well.
I love it. And now let's see if, yes. Oh, no. Ryko at the very end being a little bit sloppy there, but no matter. He does get through 5-8, so he'll move on to the next stage.
And S Diesel, let's see. Oh, he gets a stomp. He lets you kind of fly back underneath them and gets it on the backup.
DLP is going to be the first one to the airship. This is the World 1 airship, and we've got our circus star, Lemmy Koopa. Let's see, going for the fire strats here, and got him. Very ill.
Nicely done. That'll give him a little bit more time. Of course, it does mean that we don't know how many hits Lemmy Koopa took. We see S Diesel now realizing he's also got to go back to the beginning of
Double shot there from Lemmy. Ryko Rider now down to small, and he is not just a shrimp tonight. He is a jumbo shrimp, the maximum 5 HP, and last hit.
Yeah, on the rollback.
Yeah, I hate to see it, folks.
So yeah, it looks like Lemmy was right down to his last hit and just started rolling backwards into Ryko Rider as he was about to get the last jump to get out of there. We see World 2 now as our World 3.
Now, there goes the chances of the reverse order there, because we were hoping to see World 5. We've got the Jackpot stage now, 3-7. Jackpot because there is a coin heaven, and if these runners want to take a chance, they can go to that coin heaven. They'll pick up a valuable item at the end, but kind of in this stage of the game, I don't anticipate our runners going to that coin heaven.
Oh, no. I think Ryko Rider got hitboxed on that, on the ball.
Oh, man, that is just brutal. And yes, the hitboxes in Super Mario Bros. 3 at times can be very questionable, especially a certain Koopa we haven't seen yet by the name of Iggy.
Iggy can be a shrimp, but he can be a nasty one.
Yeah, definitely for sure. Right now, DLP in the lead as he's in 1-2. Cobra not that far behind him.
Angry Sun also showing up in World 1 too, which it is not a native of. That's the desert.
All right, Ryko needs one more hit and got him. That was a good kill that time, but he goes from first place at the end of World 1 to last place at the end of World 2, but still early.
All kinds of things can happen. We still have World 8 out there. We still have some wackiness that can happen with World 3 if you get a lucky or unlucky pipe transition. And we have a king whose cat jumped on his keyboard.
I'll tell you what, we have seen all 3 of the fort designated military stages as DLP and Macobra have just taken down the Navy. And now we're going to go for 3-9 up next.
So 3-9 has these little white blocks that in the vanilla game you can do the kneel on them, crouch on them for 5 seconds and fall behind the stage. Our runners aren't going to do that. They don't have time for that. They're in a race, and we have the World 1 port on S Diesel's screen as well.
S Diesel, beautiful piece. We can get the bonus item, a frog suit.
Okay, well, that could be handy if you really wanted to show off later on.
Hey, we saw that happen not that long ago, so who knows? Maybe these runners will go for the Frog Mario strats against Bowser's. We get a P-Wing, and Ryko Rider going for jackpot here. He's in the coin heaven. He's hoping he might find a valuable item. We haven't seen any hammers, haven't seen any Hammer Brothers suits. If it's the only one in this game, it could give him an edge. What do we got? A P-Wing. Not bad, but probably not what he was looking for.
So S Diesel, looking around, he had an opportunity. Had he taken the World 1 Boom Boom fight, he would have probably had a little bit, or an opportunity to have a little bit shorter World 2 match.
Oh, Morton Koopa being extra salty, and DLP finishing him off with the fire kill, so he was at least 4 hits, but DLP is not going to fool around to find out exactly how many hits it is. He's taking him down with the fireballs, and he is done with World 3 just like that.
No point in making that, taking a chance, losing your fire, or even worse, losing out completely.
World 6 airship. Now Macobra is going to take his opportunity to take down the Salty Scuba. Now we are going to get an idea of how many hits he's going to have because Macobra does not have the fire suit. Oh, kind of shortens his jump, loses his tail. There's 2 hits. There's 3 hits. There's 4 hits. And oh my goodness
It is
gracious.
a 5 ultra high sodium Morton Koopa.
And the maximum sodium intake by Macobra, or not Macobra, excuse me, but by Morton Koopa. But he goes down as we do have the Donut Fort on DLP screen here. And getting through the Hotfoots, going to try to take down the Boom Boom here with the fire suit. No problem at all.
Makes it look easy, gets out of there. Just like Raikou Rider making it look easy with that sledge bro, picking up a music box. And the Cobra,
Diesel. Yes. Just took Boom Boom.
and the Cobra is, or sorry, DLP is definitely in a nice lead. Now we do have World 1 with 2 fortresses. We have World 4 F2's already been played by DLP, but that did not open up the path that he wanted. So he's going to have to go back and play some more. We got 3-6, another auto-scroller.
Now, we know that this fort is not going to build the bridge. It's going to break the lock instead. We need to play the other fort in order to build that bridge.
It also does mean at least that we're not going to have really ultra long Hammer Brother transitions. Oh, in 6F3 DLP, Carpet Fort takes a nasty bump and was not able to get cleanly through there with his P-Speed, but makes up for it, grabs a Fire Flower, and now has got his P-Speed all the way to the end, to the elevator room.
It turns out the Carpet Fort 6F3, turns out that is the correct play. That is the one that is going to build our bridge. The Donut Fort 4F2 broke the lock. S Diesel and Raikou Rider side by side on the World 6 airship. But again, maximum sodium intake from Morton Koopa. Let's see how Raikou Rider plays it. Oh!
Had P-Speed was not able to land on it nicely. Instead picks up a Wand Blast. And here we're going to have S Diesel very shortly in the fight. Gets the first hit cleanly.
DLP just wrapped up 4-1 here in the 4th world on his way to the next airship. S Diesel takes down Morton Koopa, so he'll be moving on to World 4 himself. A Hammer Brother just stands in DLP's way, 2 Sledgehammer Bros to be exact, and he makes quick work out of him, getting a hammer in the process.
That could be handy. We still have a couple opportunities for hammers to be used.
World 3 has a hammer opportunity, and we have the World 5 airship with Larry Cheatsy Koopa waiting at the end.
And we also have World 4 hanging out there waiting in the wings.
Fire Flower from the Princess at the end of World 3, and
look at that Patooey. Oh, wild Patooey placement all over that level 4-1 in my Cobra's screen.
All 4 of our runners decided to play the Donut Fort. Again, that's going to break the lock in order to get to the Carpet Fort, which will build us our bridge. So no matter what, you had to play both forts in this case. That's just the way the layout worked.
Because without that, yep. Oh, so we have, did you see that? DLP picked up the anchor.
I did see that. That anchor could be just about any item. I think there is one exception, or 2 exceptions rather. It can't be the warp whistle, obviously, and I don't believe it could be a hammer either. Whoa! Did you see that? DLP just went right through the Hammer Brother. How did he not get hit there?
Hitbox. That is some wild hitbox action.
Either I'm seeing things or DLP just defied the laws of Nintendo logic.
Somebody clip that. That was beautiful. So DLP, though, not having 2 hammers, he can't take the shortcut through the through World 3 on the bottom side there. But he is going to be able to go right on through, take the rest of it, and his next challenge is going to be the 7-3 beta.
Indeed, one of the other beta stages that are in the pool. There are plenty of beta stages that we could see. Obviously, these runners do not want to see Atlantis. So we have the Oasis stage now from Macobra 2-4.
2-4 is one of my favorite stages as a kid because you have that big bonus stage up top. However, as we've discussed before, playing it for casual is nothing like playing it for a race, and they're not going to be spending their time going up top, most likely, unless they really feel like they need to take an easy route.
Yeah, I mean, the bottom is no great shakes. You can see, Fire Bros. You can see Sledgehammer Bros. You just never know what you're going to get on the bottom. And yeah, I mean, it is safer to go on top. It is slower, but it's definitely safer.
Riker Rider taking an unfortunate hit off of one of those Patuis that was guarding that 4-1 stage. That was just absolutely bizarre. That thing's got everything. That's probably one of the nastiest enemy sets I've seen in a 4-1.
Yeah, it's absolutely unfair that you have a Patui that is just guarding your progress. I mean, there's really absolutely nothing you can do about it. You better have that fire suit. We have 3F2 now on Macobra's side. DLP had already completed that. He's looking for the way to Wendy's castle.
S Diesel, once again, Sledge Bros in the flooded arena as Small Mario. He owns it like a boss. Makes it look like I think he's been practicing that.
DLP exchanging his tail for a fire suit, but unfortunately loses it almost immediately. He can get something else here. Yep, gets his tail back.
Macobra coming into the fortress gets a nice, very quick boom boom fight. He's making his way through World 5, which, of course, today being played by World 3.
And Larry Koopa, just a one-hitter, down on both S Diesel and Ryko Rider's side, and DLP has found the way out. And what do you know? We have got the World 3 airship at World 3's location.
All right, so chat, you know what to do. Time to call a Fred, because we've got ourselves a Fred. We're going to have Wendy here doing the battle in just a minute. We'll see what she takes, because DLP's running into the fight with the raccoon suit. One hit. Takes 2 hits, so she's at least 3. So we're going 4.
Yeah, she had her bacon interest tonight. She is the maximum HP of 5. Not the earthquake variety where she has all the baconators in the world, but it will do. Down goes Wendy, and DLP moving on to World 6.
DLP taking a nice lead here. Now he's Macobra is pretty close behind him. Of course, S Diesel and Riker Rider also making the way through World 5 now. But this is looking pretty good. Of course, we always have World 8, the great equalizer, and anything can happen. You never want to count your chickens before you've found Bowser's Castle screen.
There is a fire flower as the reward at the end of World 5, and now Macobra trying to take down Wendy just as Big Mario, and he made that look easy.
Oh, doing some nice duck jumps to get on through there. DLP. Oh, okay, so he only got a star out of that.
Use a star, get a star. Now, it's eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Which of the 3 forts could it be? Fort Knox.
I think it's going to have, well, Fort Knox, I don't think it can be because all of the stages have to be accessible, and if it was Fort Knox, then that would mean that the other stages weren't accessible.
Yeah, that's true, but you play it anyways. We'll see. I mean, there were 2 locks kind of sandwiched in between that fort.
I think it's going to be the fort or the lock that was on the right when we were looking at that overworld map.
All right, we'll find out if you are right as DLP picks up the Tanuki suit.
Of course, there's also the fact that there was those 2 pipes on that island, so if he'd gone the other way, then that could have been where the other items were, or the other stages were.
The instinct by Macobra there, using the P-Wing, and he could go immediately to the exit to cut into DLP's lead. What a pro strat.
Knowing that 7F1 is still out there, haven't seen it, it's a good shot. Especially if you got the item, you may as well spend it.
Oh, we were both wrong. It broke
well.
left.
So, that means that another fort is going to be in that southern pipe check. And at least one of those fortresses, of course, will build that bridge. The other will open the lock to get there.
Right now, it's neck and neck between S Diesel and Ryko Rider. If those two were in a race, and same thing with DLP and Macobra 52. If they were in two individual races, we're talking a potential photo finish. Next up, we've got 4-5, the only stage that features the homing variety of bullet bill.
I love those homing bullet bills. I think they should be in more levels.
I agree. As much as people probably wouldn't like us for saying something like that, I agree with you.
I'll tell Fred that he needs to add that to the next version of the randomizer.
Oh, don't worry, Diesel. I'm sure he's listening to us. Oh, and no.
Oh.
7F2, and sure enough, paired up with 7F1.
That seems to happen more often than it doesn't, where worlds, fortresses will show up in the same world together.
Yeah, usually 4 and 7 pair up. 4s did not pair up this time. 4F1 and 4F2 were in different worlds this time around, but we do get the pairing of the world 7 fortresses, the Piranha Fort. And right now we do have, well, I was going to say we have a lead change, but this is actually neck and neck. Both DLP and Macobra having troubles with the slides. They don't want to take damage here, and yeah, Macobra's going to sneak in and take the lead after firing down the boom boom, but DLP right behind him.
It is a tight one right now. DLP was not able to get quite a quick boom boom kill on that. We're going to see what lock was broken.
Guess what? 7F2 was the gatekeeper. You needed to beat that one. Actually, you would have needed to beat it anyway, because the other, if it would have been the other fort, you would have needed to beat that fort anyways.
So they're going to go back and do a couple pipe checks, and then they'll be on their way. We have S Diesel and Riker Rider also joining us in World 4, played by World 6. But we're going to have, they're going to be back a little bit on the exploration, because they're going to be doing the same thing. They're going to be checking that fortress, and as we demonstrated how wrong I could be, they know that this fortress could be the one that builds it, so they're going to stay on target. Now, speaking of staying on target, Iggy Koopa.
And he's not got the earthquake, so either Roy is going to have earthquake, or the other earthquake was designated to Lemmy. That was a 4-hitter right there.
Iggy is every opportunity that you have to go through to hit that hitbox is just a chance to have trouble. So chat, flags for this is the bracket flags. What that does mean is that there's no end card panel, the hammers don't break locks, and pretty much anything that can be shuffled and randomized is randomized.
All right, so it's going to be Macobra, the first one to World 7, which is going to be World 5. DLP not too far behind him. The final item, don't know.
World 5, one of my favorites of Nintendo Worlds period, being the Sky World. All the
Well, we're going to have to break a lock, though. It's not quite free. But wait just a moment. If they find the Paradox pipe, that's going to take us there.
Paradox. Oh, let's see. That could be it.
No. Well, what is going to build the bridge is the question. It looks like that Macobra is Frog Suit. Frog Suit. Wait a minute. That's Tanuki Suit. So the wild card, our anchor, was a Tanuki Suit.
Nice. Wild card.
Yeah, see, anytime you use the wild card, you turn green, and I don't know why that is. I'm sure Fred can answer that question better than we can. But that's why I thought it was a frog suit. But no, that's just the cosmetic effect of using the anchor. You turn green.
Some sort of a pallet shift or something, I guess. I don't know. I'm guessing.
We have 7-9 now. Ryko Rider going to try to fly up and above. Successful flight there.
A lot better than trying to do the clips through that. That can be time consuming.
Yeah, no thanks. We're going to check the blue fort here, and it turns out it's the World 8 fort.
World 8 Fortress, my favorite of the game, has pretty much every mechanic that's built into the game is featured in this fortress. You got the conveyors, the doors, the P-switches, swamps, potaboos, tribones boos. It's all there. It is a fortress's fortress.
You know, I'm still waiting for Fred to shuffle these doors up to make it more challenging for the runners.
I mean, that would be beautiful. Interestingly enough, the World 8 Fortress, it's just two levels laid on top of each other. And as you go through, you'll see that the doors actually are one next to each other. They line up if you lay the two levels right on top of each other. So I don't know if that's why he hasn't yet, but that could be related to it. So we're not going to see the paradox pipe, I believe. Or
Ooh,
wait, no,
look
that
at the mac and cheese by Macobra in 7-6.
nicely done.
Very nicely done there. Getting the first try clip in 7-6. Now BLP not able to get it on the first, but gets it on the second try to keep up with Macobra.
So we can tell that the paradox pipe was present, but it did not come into play. And I'm wondering if our other two runners will take an opportunity to make it happen. It could be about equal as how much time it takes to do it.
A one-hit Roy, and if he was the last Earthquake Cobra, these runners don't care because he's down. So Cobra, the first one to enter World 8. So it's that time again, folks. People in chat, predict how many bridges it is going to take to build the path to Bowser's Castle.
You know, I've seen a lot of zero bridge games lately, so I'm going to go with 0 bridges.
Zero. I'm going to go with Uno bridge.
1 bridge. That's a good number. It's also the loneliest number.
Absolutely. And also, it's a great Three Dog Night song, that's for sure. And here we go, World 8. So far, no locks, and he is going to play the Navy. And what would a World 8 be without a World 6 Fortress? We've got ourselves the escalator fort here, 6F1.
So have we seen 6F2 yet? We could have.
No, we have not
So
seen F2.
we could have 2 World 6 fortresses.
I'm still waiting for that scene where all 3 of them are in the same World 8. It could happen someday.
It's definitely a possibility. There's always going to be 4 fortresses in World 8.
S Diesel's starting to pull away on Raiko, right? Raiko just getting the Iggy fight, but he's going to need to get 4 hits to take him down. As S Diesel is able to avoid the triple stars with 21 extra lives, I think he's in good shape.
Yeah, he's got things planned out well enough. I don't think he's going to be running out of lives.
Cobra, 1 bridge required, so we're going to have to find the fort that is going to build that bridge. Plus, there is a tank in the way, but is it a fortress or just a regular level? Either way, it's going to have to be played.
Looks like it. So that fortress or regular level is going to be a fortress. It's 5F1.
All right, 5F1. DLP finding the dreaded 5-3, and he's going to take the intentional 100.
Pay a 1-up, get out of there, save yourself some time.
Yeah, it's going to be a regular stage because the tank stage on this board, 5F1. So, the stage that they're going to have to beat that's guarding Bowser's Castle is going to be a regular stage. I hope it's Atlantis.
Ooh, you're being harsh tonight. What did they do to you?
I don't know. You got to make it challenging for these runners. You can't always hand them everything on a silver platter.
Oh, of course. That's why we're just having them go and beat Bowser's Castle in like 30 or 40 minutes, right?
Absolutely. So, unfortunately, that was not the one that built the bridge either. So, right now, still anybody's game. Could be that
Yeah,
fort.
it's going to be tight.
Right?
We do have the Air Force on the hand stage.
The Air Force on the hand stage. It's somewhere on that hand stage. Diesel Pilot trying to get the clip with the Tanuki suit, which is much more difficult than Big Mario.
You know, a week or two ago, we actually had a one of the runners' whole run was pretty much decided by trying to get the clip with Raccoon Tail, and pretty much spent like 3 minutes trying to do it before finally gave up.
S Diesel having some problems here as he's going to and there we go, 6F2. The Ice Fort joins the Escalator Fort here in World 8.
We'll see here in a minute if this one is the one that builds the bridge. But you know what? With
decides to give up on that.
You know, you could take the gamble and just go ahead and play the other one, but there is that hand stage that's guarding it. So, I don't know what you do in that case.
Now, I'll tell you one thing. If DLP hits the gamble bat at 9,000, checks to see if that built the bridge, he retakes the lead. And if that's the case, that's why we call World 8 the great equalizer. We're going to check it right now.
So here we go. Let's see what he has.
What will Macobra do? He's also going to check. So, yeah, no matter what happens,
Okay.
DLP's going to keep the lead unless he gets lost.
Raikou Rider deciding to, after having issues with the clip, Enrolled 7.6 decides not to keep on going with it, but S Diesel decided to keep playing it.
Raikou Rider going to just use the P-Wing, bump doing the clip, and now DLP is going to play the World 2. Now, if it turns out that was not the right move either. So yes, World 2, the Spike Fort, is our gatekeeper tonight.
One gatekeeper, yes, but we do have another gatekeeper. We'll find out in a minute what that other tank stage is.
Yep, and when Wizrobe is on it, they saw that the lock in the microscope area, or the very dark area,
Yep.
that broke, so he knows that wasn't the one.
The spotlight room or the dark room, yep, that would do it.
Yeah, spotlight. I'm always calling it microscope.
Microscope, I could see how that works too.
Yeah, for sure. And but now it's going to come down to hand luck because
Oh no.
Macobra just played 3-1 out, and I think it looks like DLP is going to do the same thing. So this is going to be still neck and neck. And look at that rocket, cheap. Holy smoke!
There's a lot of those in these water stages where they'll be, I don't know what enemy that was supposed to be, but they show up in the randomizers. They just hang out and then fly up real fast.
Now Raikou Rider has retaken the lead over S Diesel for the third position as he now plays 6F1. But it is going to be DLP that's going to hold a very slight lead going into Bowser's Castle. Ladies and gentlemen, hold on to your hats, folks, because this race is going to come down to the wire.
It is tight. It's just pipe checks and transitions right now. Here we go.
You're talking about maybe at 10 seconds. Well, actually, no. I forgot.
They still have those.
And it is a beta stage, but it's not Atlantis, but it is the 3-9 beta with Boss Bass, and DLP wants no part of it. However, getting a little bit sloppy there, losing his fire suit. He could have used that fire suit against Bowser. 35 shots to take him down. I have not seen a Hammer Brothers suit.
And here we go. We are, look at this, as we're going into Bowser's Castle, our runners are 3 seconds separated.
3 seconds. This is literally a coin flip. Anybody's game at that point. It's going to come down to
That's a clip.
And actually, we do have a hammer.
Oh, DLP's got the hammer suit, and the Cobra has it as well.
Didn't see it. It might have been an item that Peach gave him, and I just didn't see it. But it's going to come down to, look at the first try there, DLP.
Nice.
The pressure's on Macobra. He does not get it.
So Macobra's going to be taking the...
Oh, but a mistake there for DLP, missing the jump and missing the Everyman's clip. But Macobra having some trouble with it too. But it is going to be advantage Macobra keeping that Hammer Brothers suit. DLP checking for a Fire Flower. No dice.
Well, DLP's also making a move of this clip. This is his clip on the second level. So he practices this all the time. Let's see how he does it. He's got it, so that gives him a chance. If Macobra decides to give up on this clip, DLP still has it. Here we go.
But he gets it. This is going to be all she wrote. Macobra gets the clip. He's going to win. Oh, man. It all came down to who could execute with the clips, and DLP, unfortunately, missing a crucial jump that cost him his Hammer Brothers suit and essentially the race. Get your GGs out from Macobra. He will take it down of the 4 featured runners. Boy, I tell you, what a match.
That was wonderfully done. And here we go. We've got Macobra finishing up here. Shortly, we'll have the official time.
DLP is going to be right behind him. Probably about 30 seconds or so. Down goes Bowser. Get your GGs out for DLP. He's going to be right behind Macobra of our 4 featured runners. About a 39-minute time.
This was absolutely brilliant.
Absolutely.
So we have Macobra 52 finishing at 38 minutes and 32 seconds with his official time. And DLP 316 finishing at 38.56, so 24 seconds behind, is his official time. However, finishing first overall is Midi Guy DP with a time of 36 minutes 28 seconds.
Yep, and he's one of the runners, not our part of our 4 featured runners. Remember, as I mentioned, there are other runners taking part in this race that we don't have featured. There you go, Meaty Guy DP, definitely been around the block quite a while. So yeah, that's a hot time for him. So congratulations to him. Congratulations to all of our runners who have finished so far.
Absolutely, we did send the invites out. We may see them showing up here in the chat room momentarily. But absolutely, also want to mention that we have in 4th place, finishing up, is Teeks88 with a time of 39:07, edging out by 2 seconds, Paradox64.
Well, that would have been quite the race to call. You're talking a 2-second race. If those two were going head-to-head, I think we'd lose our marbles there. But I'll tell you what, we not lost. Cobra 52, because he's here with us in the commentator's booth. Oh my, and Raiko Ryder having some trouble with Boom Boom here, getting him to fly. And this is going to be very, down he goes. Tough break there for Raiko Ryder. But GG to you, Macobra. I'll tell you what, we had quite ourselves a finish because you and DLP going into Bowser's Castle, there was all of 3 seconds difference. DLP had the advantage, got the first clip successfully, but unfortunately for him, shorted a jump, lost his Hammer Brothers suit, and that enabled you to sneak in the back door and take the win in terms of our 4 featured runners. So, boy, great stuff here this evening. GG.
Oh, wow. That sounds awesome. I have to watch this one, definitely. Wow. Man, what an interesting seed. That World 8 was something else. I ended up full clearing it, unfortunately, but man.
World 8 playing the role of great equalizer. I mean, the lead kept changing hands between DLP and Macobra amongst our 4 featured runners. In the end, Macobra, you pulled it off for 2nd place. Of course, Meaty Guy was the overall winner, not featured this evening, but man, that was something else. Y'all played very well this evening. That's what we love to see here when we are doing our weeklies.
Yeah, for sure. What an insane time for Meaty Guy. That was crazy. I'll have to see what I missed there. I know I didn't get the World 6 gamble right. I had to go back and play that for it. I'm wondering if there was a hammer I missed somewhere that allowed me to use it in World 2, maybe.
There was. We only saw 1 hammer, I believe, in the match.
Macobra, indulge me. Where did you get the Hammer Brothers suit?
I think the princess gave it to me at the end of the first world.
Okay.
Like I said, didn't see it because sometimes, you know, when you see the letter, we don't see it. Most of the time, that's just the case. I'm like, where do they get the Hammer Brothers suit? I'm like, they probably have no Hammer Brothers suit.
And the first world was also World 7, so right?
Oh, that's right.
Yep. So that's why we didn't see it.
Again. Exactly, Diesel Pilot. We mentioned to you and the people in the studio audience that in the vanilla game, when you get Bowser's letter, you normally don't get an item. But in the randomizer, he gives you a little surprise, but you have to check your inventory to find out what that item is. And I never saw it, so there you go.
Right. Yep, that's true. That's what was added to randomizer. That random item there. So. So yeah, I usually smash reloads anyway, and I'll take it later. You know, I'll just go fast, right?
But yeah, occasionally, I guess it depends. Maybe it depends on the frame rule, because sometimes we see it, sometimes we don't.
Yeah, but man, this is intense.
All right.
Don't think I can watch it.
Is just about to wrap up the World 2 fort, which will build his bridge, but it is going to be S Diesel into Bowser's Castle with the fire suit intact. So it kind of makes me wonder what happened to his Hammer Brothers suit.
Now, Riker Ryder has cleared out World 8 as well, I believe. I don't think he's got anything left to do except for that Stage 2 that nobody's going to take a look at.
Yeah, he's going to have to play through the 3.9 beta, because he's already cleared the World 2 Fortress.
And now with S Diesel's lead, and oh, well. That's
saying?
Oh, so he's, well, okay, yeah, so Riker Ryder still has to play 3.9. I was going to say, with S Diesel's lead, he wasn't going to be able to catch up, but I don't think there's going to be much of an opportunity to catch up at this point unless he misplays Bowser somehow. And good evening, DLP316. Welcome.
Hey, how are you?
Doing well, GG. Nicely
Thank you.
Very competitive between you and Macobra 52. The lead kept changing hands between you, and you had a 3-second edge on Macobra going into Bowser's Castle. And you actually got that first clip, which enabled you to wind that lead, but unfortunately, you shorted that jump, ended up losing the Hammer Brothers suit, and Macobra was able to snipe you with that effort. But man, you played an extremely good race tonight, DLP.
Thank you. Yeah, I don't know what was up today. Like, all my jumps, I kept like clipping in, not clipping, but like hitting the edges of platforms and stuff as I was going. I was doing it all night, like not landing flush on. I was just like shorting everything. So I'm not surprised that happened at the end. I thought I was ahead early just because I went and played the fort right away in 7. And then as I was going into the first level, I was like, wait, should I be doing this or should I not? And luckily it paid off. But yeah, that was a interesting seed.
Definitely, and GG's to S Diesel. He is completely deceived. Boy, look at his timer. It's almost perfect 6 of a kind.
Oh, wow.
4:48. He missed it by 2 frames, it would seem. And hi, Bowser. Bye, Bowser. Down he goes on Ryko Rider's side. Get your GGs out for both S Diesel and Ryko Rider.
Absolutely. That's what we'd love to see, finishing strong with the hammer kill. So 2 of 4 tonight on the hammer kill. Love to see that.
Absolutely.
And so some of the discussion in the among the racers before tonight was saying that some of them felt kind of rusty. Now, I still think that it was a very nicely done race. I think pretty much everybody showed some awesome talent, and it was a great exhibition. On top of that, these matches through the month of October on Saturday nights are actually for seeding for the SG Live tournament that is going to be starting on November 7th, going the 7th through the 15th of November.
Well, that should be a lot of fun.
On top of that, the players who finish first in each of these seeds automatically get a 1 through 5 seeding. And as of this moment, with Midi Guy DP's finish, that means he actually has 2 of the 5 first place finishes for the month of October. I know that he was wanting to bring down his average, and he's done that as well, because that first week of November, we had a brutal seed that took everyone between 40 and 50 minutes. But now with this, he's got 3 times that are in 35, 36 minutes, and this is looking like it's going to be a good tournament. We have, of course, Paradox finished first place last time. He'll be in one of the top 5 seeds. Macobra as well, who finished second tonight, was the winner of the second weeks. And we have Ryko Rider in the commentary booth with us. Good evening, and GG.
Thanks. Not too thrilled with how I did. All of those deaths, except for the 7-6 death, were incredibly stupid.
Yeah, it looks like you had a few bobbles there. I mean, the one with Lemmy Koopa, that one was just very unfortunate. I think you got hitboxed on that one. And then,
Lemmy was sorry.
Go ahead.
Lemmy in general was being super rude.
Yeah, it was not a pleasant experience. I think we had 1 fire kill on Lemmy, and it turned out if you had that fire suit, you were golden, because he was a jumbo shrimp tonight, maximum 5 HP, as was Wendy. So you had a couple of very brutal fights. Not to mention you had a 4-hit Iggy Koopa as well. So Koopalings were being very mischievous tonight.
Not just that, but I don't understand what happened with Lemmy that just decided, oh, I'm gonna throw out 2 stars at once.
Yeah,
I didn't understand that at all.
That kind of got me out of my seat. That surprised the heck out of me. I'm like,
not just that, but that happened twice in a row.
Wow. I mean, I didn't see it the second time. Yeah, I definitely saw it on the first time. And also, don't forget Morton Koopa, very, very salty tonight with the 5-hitter and the earthquake as well. Yeah.
Also, I think Morton hitboxed me a couple times too. Overall, I don't think the seed was particularly hard. It was just it was just kind of lengthy because there weren't really any skips.
No, and World 8, of course, was being World 8. There really wasn't a short way you could complete that seed. I mean, for everybody, it was a full clear.
I would have to look and see maybe if one of the other runners was able to find it or clear it more quickly. But yeah, it looked like everybody had to go through pretty much in order. It looked like it was the same sequence as well.
I mean, considering that meaty guy was 2 minutes ahead of Macobra, I mean, maybe he got lucky and he made a different decision. Hard to say, but yeah, I mean, with what we saw tonight here between DLP, Macobra, S Diesel, and Ryko Rider, it was a full clear for everybody. There was no shortcuts.
Yeah, it definitely did not pay off to do the first fort on the first screen in World 8 and then take the second pipe or the closest pipe to the fort, because I think that turned me around and winded up having to play all 4. I think if I would have just taken the first pipe, it would have been pretty close between me and Mitty. But what can you do? I just want to say thanks for the commentary, Diesel and Laz, and everybody for the race. It's a pretty big race. Guys, take it easy. Thanks for everything.
I'm looking forward to Speed Gaming Live. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Absolutely, and I hope to be around to maybe call a few races. So yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm looking forward to it as well. We had a whole week plus of action, and all kinds of events are going to be going on in that as well. So
The Zelda 1, the SMZ3, really looking forward to it.
Absolutely. And let's see. We also do have, looks like all but one of our runners has finished up in the race. So we have 12 of our 13 runners has finished. One of them, I don't know what situations, what the circumstances were, but we did have one did not finish. Other than that, it looks like a pretty tight set of people finishing up the race. Looking well between 36 and 47 minutes on the main minute timer. With let's see, Leslie Pro, Dust Minion, and have also finished up within 5 seconds of each other. So that would have been another very nice time. We had 2 seconds separating Teaks and Paradox, and then 5 seconds between Dust Minion and Leslie Pro. I might have to go back and watch their streams again, put them side by side or something. That could be exciting.
My goodness gracious, yeah, a lot of close finishes tonight. Definitely love to see that, and yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to the SG Live tournament. There's a lot that's going to be going on. I encourage you to take a look at it.
Also encourage everyone to check out the Speed Gaming schedule, speedgaming.org. Click on the schedule link. There's all kinds of events going on all the time here. For example, right now we've got Ghouls and Ghosts going on. Mario Kart 64 is starting up shortly. And we also have Super Metroid happening. And there is, I saw it on here earlier. I can't see it now. I'm not looking at my screen right. But anyways, take a look at it. There's all kinds of events always going on in Speed Gaming, especially on the weekends. Some awesome talent being put to demonstration, and I just love to watch the game sometimes. So we got Super Metroid Randomizer going on, Final Fantasy, all the stuff, Hollow Knight. Take a look at it, speedgaming.org. Click on the schedule link, and then just pick one that you like and watch away.
All right, I think with that, that is going to wrap up our coverage of the Mario 3 Randomizer Weekly tonight on Speed Gaming 3. So, on behalf of our 4 runners tonight, DLP 316, Macobra 52, S Diesel, and Ryko Rider, please make sure you give them all a follow. For everybody here on our Speed Gaming family of networks, and for my commentator partner, Diesel Pilot, I'm LOZ Cards Fan 23. Have yourselves a great rest of your weekend, and we will see you again next time. So long, everybody.
Absolutely, LOZ Cards Fan. It's a pleasure working with you again. Everybody that's out there in internet land, thanks for joining us. Have a good weekend. Be kind. We'll see you on the next Pipe Check.